Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 6 problem of this month on LeetCode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 1784. Check if binary string has at most one segment of ones. So in this problem you are given a binary string s without leading zeros. So it is always starting from 1 if you notice here. Return true if S contains at most one contiguous segment of ones. Otherwise, we have to return false. And if you see the constant size, it's very small. And S of I is either 0 or 1, and S of 0 is always 1. So here, if you see this example number 1, so this is one segment of 1, and here this is second segment of 1. So in this case, we have to return false. Here, if you see example number 2, so this is one segment of ones, and that's it. So we are returning true. Here if you take few more examples, so tell me if your s is like this, so what is your output? So in this case your output is going to be true only because there is only one segment of 1. And if your s is like this 1 0 1 1, so in this case your output is going to be false because this is one segment and this is second segment, so two segments are there. And here if you take your string like this 1 0 1 0 1, so in this case also you have to return false because this is one segment, this is segment, this is a third segment, so you have to return false actually. And here if you have something like this, let's say, in this case your output is going to be true because this is just one segment of ones. So that's it. So here if you write the code, so code is also going to be very simple. Here what you need to do here, so first let's say I'm going to create one variable count, and in count I'm just going to set this to 0. Then after that I'm just going to iterate over all the characters in my string. So I is equal to 0, and here I is less than s dot length, and here I will just simply do I plus plus. And then after this, here if I see the character equal to 1, so if s dot char at index I, if this value is equal to 1, so in that case I will increment the value of count plus plus. So I will simply say that one segment of 1 is going to start from here. So here if I see 1, so there is one segment that is starting from here, right? So now here this is just one segment, this is just one segment, this is just one segment, and this is also just one segment. I will simply run while loop. Okay, so here I'm just going to simply run while loop. So here in while loop what I'm doing, while your I is less than s dot length, so that I don't go out of bound. And here I will write if the s dot char at index I, this value, if it is equal to 1. So I am just going to treat this as just one segment. So here I will do I plus plus. So here in this case uh, my I is here, then my I move here, then my I move here, then when my I move here, then I have to stop. Okay, so this is what I'm doing here. So now here I'm doing I plus plus, right? I plus plus every time whenever I'm seeing continuous one. So in this case my I is still here, in this case my I is still here, in this case my I is here, but in this case if you see my I reaches here, right? My I reaches here because here if you notice one more thing, in the for loop also I'm doing I plus plus every time, right? So that simply means that directly I'm going to make a jump here. Here next time I'm going to make a jump here, here I'm going to make next time jump here. Here there is no value next index, but here if you see I'm making two jumps now, so I have to fix this problem. So what I will do here, this one it should be inside this, okay, this thing. And here this is just for new segment we are doing, and here I'm running a while loop. And now once all this is done, and here we have to just do I minus minus. What we are doing here, we are just adjust for loop increment. This is what we are doing here, and that's it. This is done. And here after this I will make one more check here, if your count becomes greater than 1. So just do early exit now. So in that case just return false from here. And here if you notice, here your for loop ends, and if you never return this false anywhere, just simply return true. So this is your code. Now let's run it. So see, both the test cases has been passed. So if I just create a few more test cases, so here if you see one, then I write here 1 0, then here let's say I write 1 0 1 1, and here let's say I'm writing 1 1 1 0 1 0 0 0, let's say something like this. Now let's run it. So see here, in case of 1 we are returning true, so 1 returning true. Then what is the next case that I'm taking? 1 0. So in 1 0 also we are returning true only one segment of 1. If you see case 5, 1 0 1 1 1, return false. Here if you see case 6, we are returning true, so 1 1 1 0 0 0, returning true. That's it. Okay, so let's submit it, this part. So see, our solution is accepted, right? And the time complexity is going to be of n, since we are iterating over all the elements in our string. And in worst case scenario, definitely we have to iterate, because if you see here 1 1 1 0 0 0 0 site, so only one segment, and then we are checking all the elements. In this case, we are doing early exit. As soon as we encounter one more one, then we are doing early exit. But in this case where true value is there, then in that case we are checking all the values, right? So worst case scenario of n. And one more thing, now let me tell you one shortcut to solve this problem. So here, if you notice that in all these things we are returning false, where you see something like this in your string. See here, you are seeing something like this, you are returning false. You are seeing something like this, you are returning false. Here you are not seeing something like this. Here if you see, here you are seeing something like this. So in this case, wherever your string contains something like this, you have to return false. So now I can just simply write just one line of code for this one. So here, remove everything, and here I will simply write return true if s doesn't contains 0 1. That's it. Now if you run it, so see, all the test cases has been passed, and again submit it. So see, our solution is accepted again. That's it, just one line of code. Why? Because here your string s, it is always going to contain one segment, always. Why? Because it is always starting from 1. It is always starting from 1, so it will always contain one segment. And for it to contain any other segment more than this one, so next time it should start from 0 1, right? So in here, from here only new segment is starting now. So that is why I'm checking like this. New segment is starting from here, new segment is starting from here. So that's it. So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem, and if you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you guys next video. Thank you. Bye bye.